Hi, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. So I have always enjoyed using one and done cream eyeshadows. Like they're some of my favorite makeup products to use. Like they're so effortless, very easy to use. I don't have to really think about the color story. I don't have to open a palette. They're very versatile. I can bring them with me while I'm traveling because of how lightweight they are. And cream eyeshadows have this beautiful wet looking shine. I've included wonderful products in this video. Amazing cream eyeshadows, amazing single one and done eyeshadows. So if you've been looking for the perfect shade for some time, the perfect formula, I think I have something for you, because I've made sure that I've included items across different budgets. So whether you're looking for something affordable, high-end, or luxury, there's something for everyone in this video. So let's start with the first product that I wanted to discuss in this video, and that's the RMS eye lights, and I have this in the shade Strobe. This is gorgeous, like one of the best makeup products that I've ever tried in my life. And I'm not saying that lightly. Like I have tested this out over the last 1 year, I think around 7 to 8 months. The performance on this has been so beautiful and consistent, and I can't believe that this product is so underrated. Like, so I'll start with the packaging as always. So it comes in this little squeezy tube. I hate the packaging. Like, that's pretty much the only critique that I have with this formula, and that's the packaging. The outer packaging, the color itself reflects the shade. I like that detail about the packaging, but it gets so messy right here where I open the product. It gets so messy because no matter how I store this, upside down, downwards, whatever, the product just ends up spilling and collecting over here. So that's pretty much the only negative that I have with this one. It's made in Canada, comes at around 8.5 mil or 0.28 fluid ounces. I think that's a lot of product for a single eyeshadow. I've used this on both warm toned and cool toned people, and it works very well on both undertones. So I have Strobe across my eyelid, and it's a very subtle shade. It's a very safe everyday neutral without being basic. And one thing to note with this formula is that it sets down very quickly, like almost instantly, so you don't have a lot of time to work with the formula. But strangely, it is buildable. Even though it sets down very quickly, like you can go on top with more product, but I don't like to do that. I just stick to one layer. I never use a brush with this formula. I just apply it with my fingers, and that's always enough. It is a cream formula, so I do expect it to crease eventually throughout the day, but the creasing is very minor for a cream eyeshadow. And if you're living in a very hot climate and you are going to sweat as the day goes by, and even then this one is very budge proof, doesn't get muddy, and it's a formula that is very consistent that I can rely on, because with this one from RMS is beautiful. If you've been looking for a cream eyeshadow single one and done that is perfect for every day but has that something extra and is very sophisticated, I would highly recommend trying out Strobe from RMS. Also, I have an Instagram page called Too Much Blush where I post very frequently, makeup reviews, speed reviews, demos, swatches. It's a lot of fun, so make sure you check it out. So next up we have a fantastic K-beauty formula, and this is from Kaja. So this is the Kaja Beauty Bento, and I have it in the shade 01 Rose Water. This has been such a fantastic find. So I think the Beauty Bentos come in a variety of different shades. So it comes with 2.7 grams of product. It's made in Korea, and when it comes to packaging, it's so interesting. So it comes in a little stack, and it has 3 different shades within one single eyeshadow component, and a small mirror as well. It's very easy to throw in your bag and carry around. This is the shade at the bottom. This one's the deepest shade. It's a very dark, deep plum, and it's very pigmented. Then the shade in the middle is more of a rosy champagne shade. And the shade on top is more of a glitter topper. So as far as how long this lasts, it's pretty decent. It doesn't end up being muddy on my eyes. This is another formula that kind of blends out the moment you apply it. So it's very seamless, has that beautiful wet looking gloss like shine on my eyelids. It makes for a very effortless, beautiful, sophisticated look. I love this color story in particular. I think they have a lot of other shades as well, but I haven't tried those out. With this formula in particular, I do like to start with a small amount because I do see a little bit of fallout here and there because the shadows themselves are quite glittery, but it's nothing horrendous. And it also comes down to application, so I do like to start with a small amount and then build it. All the shades in this trio are shimmer shades, so there's not a single matte in here. And I found that to be very counterintuitive at first because I'm used to using mattes first, like building a base and then applying a shimmery topper on top. But I have no issues with this formula whatsoever. Somehow all these shimmer shades end up working so well. And this one is another fantastic one and done, well, not one, there are three shades, but a fantastic cream formula. And if you've been looking for something on the slightly more affordable side as compared to other formulas, then I would highly suggest trying this one out. I actually got it on purple.com, and they often have very nice sales going on, Kaja Beauty, so that's where you can check this out. So the next formula on the list is so interesting. It's from the affordable side. So these are the ColourPop Super Shock eyeshadows, and I have these in two shades, Rids and Ripple. If you've ever seen my Instagram channel, you'll know just how much I love this formula. For the price point, I mean, it is fantastic. If you've been looking for a single eyeshadow that is more affordable compared to a lot of other high-end and luxury products, you need to give these a try. So the packaging is small, round, and white. These are made in the US. So this is the shade Rids. Rids is a shade that has been popular for so long. Like, I've heard so many people raving about this shade, and for good reason. It's such a beautiful everyday shade, like perfect for everyday life. It goes with almost any makeup look. And this is Rids swatched on the back of my hand. It has such a beautiful shine. Like, your eyes will look gilded, golden, and decadent when you, I know these are big adjectives to use for an eyeshadow, but isn't that what makeup's all about? I also have the shade Ripple. This is such a unique shade to come across in the affordable category. Do you see that almost bluish shift that this shade has? And that's Rids swatched on the back of my hand. Shade Ripple is the perfect dupe for one shade in the Pat McGrath Utopian Dreams palette at a fraction of the cost. The Super Shock shadows have a very interesting texture, so they're almost like a putty. They're like clay. They adhere very well to the skin. That's a good thing because then there's no fallout. Like, the chances of fallout are limited. Again, beautiful, wet looking, gilded, and very minor creasing. Like, it's amazing that this formula doesn't crease as much as regular cream eyeshadows do. For the price point, they're so fantastic. There is something to note here: the formula can be slightly inconsistent across shades, so I'd suggest doing your research on the particular shade you're looking for. But Rids and Ripple, I mean, you cannot go wrong with these two, and they have so many other shades, so this formula will always be a favorite of mine. And for cream eyeshadow at this price point, I mean, it is amazing. So this is the newest cream eyeshadow that I've added to my collection, and this is the Laura Mercier Caviar Stick, and I have it in the shade Moonlight. I had heard so many good things about the Caviar Stick over the years. I just never picked this one up. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I thought it's an older formula and there are so many other new products coming out all the time. But recently I ended up getting a mini size just to see what it's like. So this is 1 gram of product. It's made in the US and it comes in this stick. This is the shade Moonlight swatched on the back of my hand. I mean, that is stunning. Such a beautiful shade. So just like the RMS highlights, the Caviar sticks have very little fallout, and this shade in particular is so stunning. So it's that a middle of the spectrum, balanced, slightly cool toned everyday shade. This formula is so easy to apply. I love the fact that it comes in this little stick, so all I have to do is swipe some across my eyelid. It doesn't create a mess. I don't use a brush while I'm using this formula, and the shade is so special. There is almost never any creasing, and that is wonderful for a cream eyeshadow. I don't think I have a lot to say that hasn't been said before. So sometimes old is gold, and I love the Caviar stick. So if you've been looking for something, I would really recommend trying this one out. And that's pretty much it. I had so much fun filming this video. I love this makeup category and I hope you enjoyed watching it as well. And I hope that it was helpful in case you're searching for the perfect cream eyeshadow. I would be very grateful if you'd consider subscribing to my channel because it helps me a lot with the YouTube algorithm. And as always, I will see you very soon in the next one.